Who are the condemned? We'll see this particular set of scriptures not understood in the spiritual. And what we'll do today, we're going to break apart the rational mind versus the conceptual mind. Okay? Unto you it is given to know the mysteries of God. Okay, so this mystery of godliness is an internal mystery, right? Because those that see can't see. They're really looking with their physical eyes and they're hearing with their physical ears. This is the movement of spirit. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish but have everlasting life. God sent not his Son into the world to condemn the world, that the world through him might be saved. He that believeth on him is not condemned. Well, faith cometh by hearing, and hearing by the word of God. So this word, this logos, this conceptual mind, right, that is above the wisdom of men. But he that believeth not is condemned already, because he hath not believed in the name of the only begotten Son of God. And this is the condemnation, that light is come into the world. So we're going to see this break apart, and very simply right here, this is scriptural truth. But those who only view it from the letter cannot see the concept within the letter. They can't see the spirit behind it. And men love darkness rather than light, because their deeds were evil. So we know the light shineth in the darkness, right? We know this. We understand this. Well, the light that shines in the darkness is the light that lights the life of men. It's the consciousness of being. This is spirit. This is for the objective-based world. Those who don't worship and serve the creature, they love the darkness more than they do the light, because they have no way to understand it, and so they can't measure it, they can't validate it, they can't somehow make it into the objective world. So they just ignore it, and they worship and serve the creature more than the Creator. Rational mind versus conceptual mind. John 1:1. In the beginning was the Word, the Logos. The Word was with God, and the Word was God. The same was in the beginning with God. All things were made by him, and without him was not anything made that was made. In him was life, and the life was the light of men. So here we go again. So we'll go right back to this very foundational truth, that light has come into the world. The light has come into the world, and men love darkness rather than light. Okay? Very simple, very easy. Greek word for the word is logos, or rather reason. The reason for the season is the unchangeable cause of a thing. The cause, ground, foundation, principle, or rather the beginning of a thing. In the beginnings, God said, "Let there be light." And this is a foundation. Let me talk on this point, because people don't get this. They'll go, there's two different creations. There's two different creations accounts in Genesis 1 and Genesis 2. But again, because from their rational mind, they don't understand that Genesis 1 is about the foundation of consciousness and awareness, right? That's why in Genesis 2, there was no man to till the ground. And because the first cause and substance of all being is right here. You are preordained, whatever. However you conceptualize the understanding of this truth, that the first cause and substance of all being is first consciousness and then awareness. We're going to get into this. These simplistic ideas that are everywhere, that are taken by men and made complicated, because they have no conceptual understanding of the simplicity of Christ. That's it. They just don't. And that's unfortunate for most people, because it's not my job or duty to make you move forward. I can plant the seed, but you got to give it the water, and then God gives the increase, right? So every man and a woman is responsible for their own growth. And what happens is we get to places where we feel comfortable, and it may be whatever particular establishment of religion that you get to, that you base your reality on and your perception of reality, but you get stuck there. And I'll always tell people, never stop questioning, never stop questioning, never stop searching. Be diligent in your search for truth, because when you find the truth, it's going to be just spirit. Okay, and then the whole world must match that inner inner faith. Okay? All right. Genesis chapter 1 is not the creation of man, but rather the beginning, the reason behind the effect. Without controversy, great is the mystery of godliness. God was manifest in the flesh, justified in the spirit, and then was he glorified. So you have to overcome this body of limitation. The concept behind the letter is the spirit of the word, that which those in the objective mind cannot perceive, because their foolish hearts were darkened. Virtue and vice are not arbitrary things, but there is a natural and internal reason for that goodness and virtue, and against vice and wickedness. These are principles, and you are the principal of the principle. Okay, it means you're chief. You have dominion. You've been given dominion, and you were told to subdue the earth. You don't understand that. You're sitting around, and I don't mean y'all, but most people are sitting around saying, "Glory, glory, Maranatha, come, Jesus, come quickly," right? Waiting on the end of times. But yet they are told repeatedly to overcome this world. Rational comes from the Latin rationalis, having reason or the faculty of reasoning, endowed with reason, opposed to irrational, as man is a rational being. Brutes are not rational animals. Man has two natures, and that's why there's so-called two creation events, right? He is capable of entertaining, worship and serving of the creature, the darkness that comprehends not, or being renewed daily in the inward man. So the first man, Adam, is of the flesh, of the earth, earthy. The second man, Adam, is the Lord from heaven. So we're going to discuss these virtues today, the cardinal virtues. You'll see them over here in the tarot cards and things of that nature, and people make these ideas bad. All things are evil, of course, right? It's the esoteric. And esoteric is the difference between the inner court and the outer court. Remember, all those who would take good and make it evil are always trying to invert the truth. So whether somebody uses these cards over here or not doesn't matter to me. These are just representations of spiritual truths, and the representation is these four cardinal virtues, which is prudence, justice, where you get your word jurisprudence, fortitude, and temperance. And you'll see faith, hope, and love are the three philosophical virtues that make these is your foundation for these principles. And so prudence is to be able to discern good in circumstances and the means to attain it. Justice is the constant and firm will to give what is due to God and their neighbor. Temperance is the moderation, attraction of pleasure and balance in the use of created goods. Fortitude is firm. That's the strength card, right? Temperance is the temperance card. Justice is the justice card. The hermit is prudence. It means never giving up. You see the light in front of him? That's it. He's not gonna deviate from that path before him. Okay. Finally, brethren, here we're going to see these four virtues in the scriptures by Paul. Finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report, if there be any virtue, and if there be any praise, think you on these things. And that's the power of mind. You must change the inside first. He who believes in his name. What name? Jesus, Yahushua, God, Lord. Which one of these letters are the correct pronunciation? You know, we do all these vain repetitions and I've done them too. I've had to move past those dead states. I let the dead bury the dead. So either you have a humble heart, or either you have the ability to learn, or you're going to get stuck and prideful and egotistic in your nature. Every time new information is presented to me, I balance it. Does this match my inner principles, or does it not? And if it does, I don't care who said it. I really don't care. If it matches my inner principle, I'm okay with it. That's prudence. Okay? Fortitude is the ability to press on in the face of adversity, to overcome fear. That's what fortitude is. It's the firmness of mind that all actions that I do that are in the principles that I stand on cannot be criminalized. this is that inner knowing that no man on earth outside of myself understands what I have faith, hope, and love in. Okay? Each and every one of